let Marcus Morris Sr. get to the middle. Wow.
It reminds me of a Larry Bird shot that he made back in the mid-'80s from behind the backboard. I don't think they counted that basket.
George got it! They come down and give it to Paul George. We come down and give it to Jarrett Culver versus Towns, Covington, and Wiggins.
And that time we gave it to Terrence Mann on the turnover. George converts. He's now got 30 points. Time and containing these two players has not yet surfaced here in this third quarter.
And save it to Patrick Patterson. There's George, last time in this arena, scored 46 points. George with a hand in his face. That's a three. Paul George. A 7-point game. Paul George banks it home as the shot barely comes away with rebound number 4. Clippers looking for the lead. George to the rack, reverse layup. Oh my! Reorganizes in mid-flight, lays it up and in, counted on a foul.
Because he's willing to give it up, he changes gears, Paul George, and finishes.
Nice look there, Paul George. Great job.
Right.
These two teams getting after it. Paul George, corner 3. That's good. Clutch shot from George. And it's the Clippers have numbers if they push. To George, to the cup. Oh my! Look out below! Paul George with points 16 and 17.
Pick off by stepping up into the passing lane, and then this is a wind-up, throw it down.
10-point game. George strokes home a 3. Zoo's line here, multitasking. 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Gets a screen assist on the previous possession and gets another screen assist. 25% on the year. George stops on a dime, mid-range shot.
That paid off for the Clippers.
Oh my. George, pump fake, then pulls the trigger, gets 3 more. Paul George looks terrific
From anywhere, as you just seen.
Lead trimmed into single digits. Paul George spots an entry to the rim, hit hard.
Patrick Beverly made a great rotation, stepped up to take the charge, and Morant went straight up and came straight down.
George for the lead, got it!
This Denver team, they have some resolve now. They will not go away. They'll continue to keep playing.
George from 15, the fadeaway flick. In terms of points scored together, they've only gotten better. How about a turnover? Here comes Paul George. Oh my!
Playing for the right reasons. Wants to win every single night. And you also always have a chance when Paul George is making shots.
First rebound. Throws it away. George gets it back with Oubre to beat it. He flushes it in. And stares him down.
It's funny you say that. I mean, you got 3 guys that are motivated to really come out here and play well today.
The step away. Paul George is out there. He's only played 18 minutes. Flings a 3. He has 6 threes.
Harden beat Beverly off the dribble. George on a 2-on-1 took it.
This team goes with Donovan Mitchell. So for me, he needs to be an all-star.
Level Larceny. Here's George. Oh, takes it to the house and punches it in with a
Willis.
George for 3. Paul George.
How about the handle? Cradles the ball to the rim. Captain showed up for the Clippers. Well, the best bench in the NBA. George, nice hesitation. He got hit.
And admire LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Anthony Davis. But I have every right to feel like I can very well be the best player on a given night.
I don't even get surprised by it, though, anymore. Here's Paul George down the lane, down the hatch, counted in a foul. George showing off the handles, and then shows off the touch first half. And the Clippers lead by 6. George for another 3. Same result. And the Clippers added more 3-point shooting. It could happen. George, a step away 3. On cue. 16 it over. He thought he was fouled.
Paul George goes and finishes. Millsap thought about a foul, but backed off.
With speed, you can get out in transition early for your team.
George cradles the ball down the lane, down the hatchet goes for Paul George.
He's going to start to warm up on you.
Clippers by a dozen. Great feed in from McLaughlin. Better block from Paul George.
Minute and a half left here in what has been an intense first couple of quarters. Paul George goes and banks it home. You guys were remarking during the last time out just how hard.
It's the perfect time to do it right now.
George accelerates. Goes down the lane. Looks like he's playing hopscotch. Counted on a foul and sent him to the line.
Short that time. Lou Williams racing up the floor. Finds George. Steps back. Another three. Got it. Paul George lighting it up, and he forces the Lakers to call time.
But Mike, he was so well coached at SMU. They were an excellent team in his career there. As Horford picks up his third.
Count it and one.
Lou to Paul George, curling, catching. Oh, damn! The Clippers take a
26 points, 9 rebounds for Harrell.
Expect only about 2 more minutes for these Clippers starters. I love everything about him. I mean, he plays with the correct mindset.
George, a step-away mid-range shot, and he pours it in. He had the first bucket for the Clippers. That's his second. Good second effort by JaMychal Green, allowing Harkless for the rebound. Back to George, bouncing into defenders and lays it in.
What a beautiful pass by Lou Williams.
Taken away by Danny Green, his former Raptor teammate. Kuzma gets inside, blocked by George.
Bridges did a pretty good job on Leonard in that game in late October. George gets below the dotted line, puts it up and in, counted on a foul.
Drag him down in the paint. And now because Paul George is 6'8" and can elevate right over him, he gave him a little bump to get more space and get the foul on the play for a nice shot.
Now he goes to the rim, challenges Turner and lays it in.
Beverly to Paul George. Defended now by Beal. Step back for three. He is unconscious right now.
Gentry and the Pelicans. Lou chased around by Holiday. Gives it to George. A quick catch and shoot three is good. 12 George.
DeMar DeRozan's using that screen. Those screens from LaMarcus Aldridge very well. They go one-on-one against Zubats and continues to win that battle.
Paul
George. And doing the things the right way defensively, offensively, consecutively.
Paul George over Troy Brown.
Zubac sets the screen. George goes the other way. He goes to the lane and banks it home. That's some good basketball on both ends.
Trying to restore the possession. George to the rim with the right hand off the window and in.
8 rebounds tonight. George drives right at Tice. Gets.
He knows how to adjust. This is a guy, as many have said, fits the Clipper culture and the DNA, Brian.
Christina thinks clever move by Paul George.
It's a 2-guard or your 3-man, whoever's on the perimeter, for the other guy for the responsibility to get back.
George gets into the paint. George finds a seam to the rim with the right hand and lays it in.
It's right here, but guess what? Paul George, nice split.
Paul George in the mid-range, who feels good and looks good early. Left alley drive goes under with a chest pass. Now George, top of the key, loses the dribble momentarily, regains control, steps it back. What a filthy move. And Paul George with 6 points and 2 boards thus far. Swinging around, left corner 3 ball. George got it to go again. PG